Roberts. Today's episode is very exciting. We're going to start off by having a live vibe with Justin DiCamillo in front of Aegeus' home. He's going to discuss the extremely shocking disappearance of Hermia and Lysander. Following that, we're going to have our famous Philly Buzz. As well, we're going to have interviews with you guys, the viewers. And most importantly, we're going to have my favorite segment of the show, Real or Rumor. Later in the show, we're going to have our most exclusive interview yet. Me interviewing Puck's twin brother, Thor. This is one interview that you won't want to miss, so stay tuned.
I'm standing outside of wealthy aristocrat Aegeus' house, just over that hill. It's been only a few days since the sudden disappearance of his daughter, Hermia, and her boyfriend, Lysander. There has been much speculation, and yes indeed, he does in fact want her to marry bad boy rebel Demetrius. His publicist has stated,
after much effort, he finally took his case to the Duke of Athens. The Duke stated that under Athenian law, she must marry the man her father chooses. We are not sure what happened, but yes, she is missing, and Aegeus is searching far and wide for his daughter.
under Athenian law, women have to abide by their father's decision on who they want them to marry, or they will be sentenced to death. Now, Hermia has three options. Either she marries Demetrius, she becomes a nun, or she will be executed. Now, doesn't seem so odd why she ran away, considering she cannot be with her loved one. That seems like this love story is going to come to an end fairly soon. This story will just keep unfolding. Back to you, Rita.
Such a fascinating story. I really hope it doesn't end devastatingly. We'll be sure to keep all our viewers updated on it as we discover more. Now, for this week's couple news, we have Philly Buzz.
I can't believe it's finally here. Yes. The wedding of Theseus and Hippolyta is happening this week. In just a few days, the Duke and his fiancée will be wed.
They first announced their wedding almost 6 months ago, and ever since then, we've been excitedly waiting for the day to come. Their wedding will consist of gourmet food for their 200 very lucky guests. I wish I was there. It will be held at the Duke's grand home, and there will be a play put on by the Mechanicals. In other couples news, the very keen and Omar and Titania are going through some difficulties. The main cause of this is that Titania decided to raise her mortal friend's son after her unfortunate passing. She is happy to do so. But Oberon, on the other hand, is furious with her because he does not want the child to be their responsibility. When we tried to contact the king and queen for a statement, they declined. The king's servant Puck gave us a statement instead. He said that the king and queen are going through a difficult time and appreciate some privacy.
Lastly, the couple that are really making news are the couples in a strange love triangle. Our favorite couple, Lysander, are in love just like always. But Demetrius, the man her father wants her to marry, is in love with Hermia. As well, Hermia's best friend Helena is in love with Demetrius, and he at one point was in love with her. But before breaking her heart. These four lovers are in such a tough predicament, and this story just keeps on unfolding and becoming more and more shocking.
Thanks so much for the updates, Philip. Now we have my very exclusive interview with Puck's twin brother, Thor. Hello, Thor. Thank you so much for allowing our cameras into your home and allowing me to interview you. You are, as we all know, Puck's twin brother. You look identical to him, and we've been meaning to interview for a very long time, so thank you so much for finally allowing us into your house.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
Now, I'm curious to know, what was it like growing up with your jokester brother, Puck?
It was a pain, to put it at the least. I mean, the paparazzi follow celebrities around, as you know, all the time. But when you look exactly like a celebrity, they follow you around too. And that's awful, considering I'm not the celebrity. Why do I have to be hounded by the celebrities? And the fact that my parents say things like, "You're the best son I ever had," and I'm standing there like I didn't even exist throughout my whole life. And they talk to my brother, they say, "Oh, I know, I really feel for you, that the paparazzi always hounds you down. But it's really me that's getting hounded down, not him. It's like ridiculous, like I don't exist." And it was just awful growing up.
That must have been very, very tough for you, and I'm sure none of us can really imagine. I mean, growing up with such an amazingly famous and loved brother must have been very difficult. But was there any one moment or one event that happened that really changed your feelings towards Puck and made you really dislike him?
Well, Puck always was the center of attention. That's what he loves to be, is the center of attention. And when I think the turning point in our relationship and friendship happened in grade 3, during the school play production, I was casted as the main character, and Puck got casted as tree number 2 and my understudy. So he pulled together a little prank. As I was going on the opening night, I practiced so hard, and it was the defying scene where I kissed the fair maiden. He stole the mic and set off a whoopee cushion. The entire audience thought it was me. They laughed so hard, I was so ashamed that I didn't go on the stage ever again. Puck took over my role as the main character. Center of attention once again.
I'm really astonished by that. I mean, I knew, and I think we all know, that Puck is quite a jokester, but I don't think any of us would think that he would stoop that low and do such embarrassing things to his brother. Now, was that the only time anything like that happened, or was it a continuous thing that happened over the years?
It was continuous. I mean, not just towards me, to everybody. Whether it was him misbehaving during class, being rude to adults, or even pulling nasty pranks on everybody else. I mean, he had a get out of jail free card with him by his side all the time. No one would get him in trouble. It's as if his humor was funny to everybody but me, and I was the only one that understood his disgustingness.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, and the truth is, the reason we really wanted to interview you is the fact that we have discovered many pictures and there's been many rumors and speculation around Puck recently due to the fact that he's been seen with magic roses. These are said to be roses from the fairyland, and many people are wondering, what is he up to with these roses? Is it another prank, or is it actually something serious? Because it seems to be really serious. So do you have any insight on that?
I'm really sorry, I can't say that I do, but what I do know is that he cannot be up to good. He is up to something, and it will not end well for anybody. Whether it's one of his old pranks, or maybe it's Oberon's dirty work, he's up to something, and that's a fact.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time and allowing us into your home. We really appreciate it and hope to talk to you soon again.
It really was a pleasure. Thank you so much for interviewing me.
Now, it's time for my favorite portion of the show, Real or Rumor. Oberon and Titania getting a divorce? That's definitely a rumor for now, but there is trouble in paradise. The Fairy Queen was even seen canoodling with a daughter's picture of them last night. Were Lysander and Helena seen alone together? That's real. The two were allegedly spotted together alone in the forest. The meaning of their encounter, though, is still unknown. Was the king's servant Puck spotted with red roses that contain fairy love juice? That is real, but investigators are still trying to figure out exactly what and why he was doing that. Knowing Puck's history, he was definitely up to something mischievous.
Hi, I'm Claudia Tang, reporting live from Athens for Entertainment Tonight. I'll be interviewing some people on their thoughts about the disappearance of Lysander and Hermia. Okay, so what are your thoughts on the disappearance of Lysander and Hermia?
Well, it just warms my heart inside. Sorry, I'm a little emotional. It just warms my heart inside to know true love exists in the world, and just two people that are meant to me just running away. This story it's so beautiful, and I wish them the best in their marriage, and they'll have lots of fun on their honeymoon, and they'll have wonderful children, and they'll have a great life together.
Hi there. Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, okay.
What do you think of the disappearance of Lysander and Hermia?
Well, I think that it's unusual because they could be doing something really inappropriate in the woods. And considering the fact they're like not married and they shouldn't be married, I think it's really bad. I'm on TV.
Yes.
Hi, Dad.
Well, I respect the fact that they have done so much just to be together, and I think it's kind of cute actually. They follow their true feelings without anyone else's interference.
I think this is stupid.
Anything else?
She should just be given up.
Well, I think Hermia is very licentious, and I think what they're doing is very wrong.
Well, that's it for today's show. Be sure to tune in tomorrow to find out more about today's topics, as well as the new topics that tomorrow will bring. For Entertainment Tonight, I'm Rita Roberts.